I learned from the orthodontist, this is how you're supposed to floss. You go up to the left and up to the right, and you like circle back. You don't just go straight up like that. Because what you're trying to do is like get the plaque off the gum line. And obviously the food, but the plaque. And when I do my back teeth, I always I haven't brushed my tongue yet, but when I do my back teeth, I always try and go, see where I'm pointing? Like, and down, like on the gum line. So I'll go in and out on the other side. And kind of like do that. Sometimes you have to skip a few. Hold on. Helps loosen it. And the trick is put your finger in the hot behind the tooth to secure it. And then you can work it. There you go. Like that. See? Some of those teeth in the back, they get real ugly. But if you do that, you can loosen it. I know this is a lot unorthodox. But if you know me at all by now, that's my middle name. Travashaniqua, unorthodox, Leon Trinette, Sakari Ua, Nikki, Trava, Nikki Boom Boom, Nikwa, Ua Baby, Mari. That's me. It's stuck. It broke. And now my circulation's getting cut off. Okay, so this is what I really want to talk to y'all about. Now, give me a second. The string is caught in my tooth. And that feels weird. Having floss caught in your teeth feels weird. Good morning. So, I was showing this flossing technique. And it's just that when you put your floss in, you don't just go down. You go around and back in and leave that right there. And that way you can get the tartar behind the back of the teeth. But the message that I'm sharing today is not about flossing. Really? Yeah, it's not. I got spit. I'm a human. Do y'all know I was a human and I have saliva? Yeah, I do. And that's what's in here. That's what stops my mouth. That's what lubricates my mouth to speak and eat food. And even breathe, right? You need that to breathe too. Okay. Sorry, this is very satisfying. I guess I'll just show you how I brush my teeth in general. It's a little different. I get a lot of questions. How are your teeth so white? So I'm going to show you. So I have 3 steps. 4 if you count flossing. And it's this. First, ingredients you will need: toothpaste, whatever kind, peroxide, and baking soda in a dipping dish. Okay. I gargle with peroxide after you floss, so you can get into the gum line. Nothing crazy, like a minute. Feels good, feels good. Then I take my toothbrush, and you can wet it with either water or peroxide if you want to kill the bacteria from the previous brush. And you dip it into your baking soda, like so. Like that, like so, like that. And then you apply it to your teeth. You're kind of coat it on the front, because you're not really focused on the front, right, on the teeth right now. You're about to actually brush your tongue. So I coat it on the front. And then on that, like that. And then I wet it, or rinse it, and then I get some more and brush my tongue like that. That looks awesome. And the way you know if you've done it sufficiently, you should have no tartar on your tongue. All you do is out the back one. Use the side of the toothbrush and the like that. And go around. Front. Outside. You can dip it again. God. Let's get the oil like around the back. And then somebody's like, you ain't ashamed? No, I'm actually not. When I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. And my grandmother was a surgical technician. So I would watch surgeries all the time on TLC. If it wasn't surgeries, it was porn. Follow up peroxide. Or, cartoons. Because I was molested at 5. So my wiring was well off. I was interested in surgery, medicine, things like that. I even got a scholarship. I was expected to go to Xavier. I went to Dillard University's math lab for kids over the summer. I went to Benjamin Franklin, one of the smartest schools in the nation at the time, in New Orleans on UNO's campus. But I was expected to be great. And then my dad committed suicide. And it kind of derailed, everything. But besides being molested at 5, things started to catch up with me. Like my thoughts were just so depressing, I got on antidepressants, and so it just was really hard to remain motivated. And now that I'm officially 38, that was a while ago, toothpaste time. This is just for flavor. And I still like fluoride toothpaste because it hardens the tooth. I know it's supposed to shrink your pineal gland, but that's only if you drink it. Which, in that case, don't drink fluoridated water. Because I don't swallow toothpaste. I'm too old. So if I was an infant, I'd be concerned. Make sure you hit your tongue. And rinse. And when you gargle, the flavor from your tonsils or from the back of your mouth should be fresh, right? Or at least neutral. Should not taste like funk, salt, plaque, anything like that. If you need to, gargle again. Or, the last of this, use mouthwash. guess I'll finish getting ready and tell y'all how it started. So, the message of the day is purpose breakthrough. Neo had a live, and he was blessing people with $100, and I need $100. But back to my wiring, right? So, as a kid, I was always attracted to sexual things because I was molested at 5. And no one even knew about it except the cousin who had did it, who was 19. And my aunt and uncle. And my grandmother didn't even know about it. No one knew about it. So I kept this secret for 29 years. And when I was 38, now I'm 38. When I was 29 or 30, 35, when I was 35, it came back up. And I started having these flashbacks. These, almost like triggering thoughts that reminded me of the incident. And I knew I had to do something. I knew I had to get help. So I started going to therapy, which I had been to therapy in before, but it was never for molestation. And I had a very good therapist. Shout out to Ashton. At A Mother's Nature. She was my therapist at the time. I don't mind saying that because she's excellent. And she really supported me. And I met her on BetterHelp. But the problem that I kept on having is I kept having these, not just the triggering thoughts, but I had this low self-worth. I couldn't really get it together. And then my grandparents died because COVID happened, right? And that really did it. So I started digging in, and I was like, how do I deal with this? How do I fix this? Like, I'm bad off, y'all, right? And I mean triggering thoughts like bodily sensations, right? That doesn't go away. So I'm the one that's gonna talk about it. That's my role. That's my role here. I'm the one who's going to tell you the truth and shame the devil. And the shame is something we all carry, but we don't need to because it's happening all around us all the time. And the way that you keep the shame is to keep it a secret. So I'm taking the shame out of it so we can function because we're paralyzed. You like my Nubian knots? This is how I keep my hair set so I don't have to wear rollers. Rollers are uncomfortable to sleep in. Okay. So, back to starting. So, the molestation was causing me to have these not just triggers, but feelings of low self-worth, stagnation, just inability, like paralyzation, right? And it was so bad, like my finances, everything, my relationships, my choices and men, my everything was affected. Everything. My motivation. Sometimes I couldn't get out of bed. I developed fibromyalgia. It was just bad. Sometimes it still is. Not today though. Praise God, right? Hallelujah. So this is witch hazel. Making sure I get all the turmeric off my face, because there's turmeric in the scrub I make. It's not for sale, but I love it. So I started creating these products. First thing I made was the Just Sip Your Tea and Homage to Grace book. So because my daddy was a DJ, I wanted to create something to honor him, but to also make it easy to read the book. I'm using Purador vitamin E oil. I love it. You know, vitamin E is an antioxidant. I just put some in my hand and make my own like little concoction. So I do vitamin E. And if I'm stressed, I do lavender, but I'm not really stressed. So I'm going to do a little Lang Lang because I need that energy. And Lang Lang is strong, so I don't need a lot. But my dropper's broken. There we go. And then, I made the Just Sip Your Tea and Homage to Grace book. And I started creating this fine art. First, because I needed the affirmations to get through my trauma for my mirror work. And I started listening to like people like Louise Hay and, you know, just really getting into like mental, like self-help and thoughts, affirmations, like what we think, you know, how our thoughts affect our life and things like that. And it became so evident that I needed more. I needed to do more. So the situation kept getting more and more like hard to manage, because it was making it hard for me to do the things I needed to do. So I took my love for music, I took my love for the human body, and I just started creating more art, more affirmations, putting them on my Pixels account, and giving space. And what I want to do now, in my YouTube channel where I do affirmation movement, what I want to do now is let you know that I have the Every Woman Planner, because my period plays a large role in how I feel day to day. And I want to let you know right now, I have no pressure, like, to make this entertaining. This is really just my story, and this is how I have to process it to even share it with you. So be patient with me, because God He let this thing just play out. You hear me? So, and if you God, you're going to do what God do, right? Correct. So He gets all the glory. So I made the affirmation poetry book and journal. I've recently made the EP with the mini personal healing EP with just a few of the tracks from it, from the book. The book is available on my website, tlmnow.com. The link is in my bio, in my Linktree, tlmnowpresents. And sorry, I haven't shaved, but that's not the point of the video. The point is that I'm an architect. See these guns? Gow, gow. I'm an architect. And the reason, well, I'll tell you that later. The reason I'm an architect, which most of us should be architects. The reason I'm an architect, I call myself a mental health curator because I had to create various forms of healing in order to live, in order to make it, in order to survive, to feel motivated. I started one podcast called Just Sip Your Tea in a Monster Grace. Just sip your tea. And it was so like therapeutic. And then I got discouraged because I was doing it in conjunction with my YouTube channel. And all of these like outside influences made me feel like what I was doing was wrong by dancing on YouTube and like sharing my affirmation movement with people. And I stopped. And it made it really hard to stay motivated because, if you've been through any kind of trauma, it stays locked up in your body, in your tissues, in your cells, like fat. And you have to actually move it out of your body. So the Every Woman Planner was what I designed to help me get through my period, get through my journaling that I need to do daily, to get through my agenda, like my meetings, my need for self-care, the products I use in my hair, how regular I'm intimate, all those kinds of things that need to be like what the outcome of my therapy was. Did I grow from it? What I'm reading right now, what I plan on cooking, what's working for me. And so I made the Every Woman Planner, and it's also available now on the website. And I'm tightening these knots because some of them have loosened, and I don't want my curls to be loose. So we have the EP, we have the paperback book, we have the planner template, and the great thing about that is you don't have to wait for me. You could literally go plant your planner or keep it on your iPad or whatever and use it today. Start organizing your whole life, your mental space, Like, this is for the woman who's doing the most. Like me. This is for the woman who hasn't prioritized shaving her underarm. This is for that woman. Or for the woman who waxes. Either one, It's called the Every Woman Planner. So, the days of fakeness are over. I don't know if y'all got the memo, but the days of fakeness, they're over. They're over. That time has passed. This is really me. This is really what's going on right now. Great morning. Correct. It is a great morning. We're blessed out here. And I'm giving you guys some insight, if you're just joining this, on how I got where I'm at. So what I'm going to finish with is this last piece, that you don't have to stop doing whatever you're called to do because someone doesn't understand why you're doing it. That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is stop doing what you're doing. Because you're new, because you're a pioneer, because you are fearless and people don't understand what you're doing and you're not getting feedback, That's not the reason to stop. That's the reason to keep going. And Neo said in the live, you are on the edge of your breakthrough. So what I'm going to be sharing moving forward, besides, you know, my products and my affirmation art and, you know, anything else you find in my link in bio, is just real life wellness tips, like stuff I really do. Like, not stuff for Instagram or things to impress you. Like how I brush my teeth. That's important. People walk around here with horrible oral hygiene. Horrible. And you can do a lot of this stuff with just basic, like, you know, peroxide and baking soda. And I will be sharing a lot more feminine care. I'm a woman. I have a vagina, vulva, all those things. So that's where I'll be coming from. But when I was in 5th grade, because of my sexual childhood history, right, I became fascinated with the reproductive system. And besides, you know, oh, it plagued you, you're trapped, which was true, my obsession with it became so thorough that now I can educate. So I will be teaching about the reproductive system, teas to help with the reproductive system, just sexual education in general, and not just sex in the technique of sex. So we're clear, but any and everything pertaining to the reproductive system. What women have, a little bit of what men have, and how to really show up and be healthy, you know, with your whole body, not just the part that you show on camera, not just with the part that you want people to see. And my other tip that I will say before I go is, when things are hard for you, wear your favorite color. My favorite color is orange, like a peachy shade of orange. When things are hard, wear your favorite color. Put on your crystals, you know, shave your underarms. That's coming, don't worry. I actually have a eczema, and I have to space out how often I shave because it irritates my skin. So I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just trying not to make my eczema worse. And let's see. Yeah. Stay in your happiness, and let that happiness know where it can find you. You know, do the things that make you happy, and the rest will follow. Alright, y'all. Just sip your tea. Hallelujah. Playlist will be coming up right now at 7:01 Pacific Standard Time, July 6th. Yeah, I have a bank appointment. I'm gonna open up my business checking account. So, guys, wish me the best, and I wish you the best. Just sip your tea. Mwah.